It is Saturday, March 9th, 2024, and you are listening to Bottoms of the Barrel on Que4 Radio, AM 1680, Q4.org. I am your host, Thomas Bottoms, bringing you a show with no budget, no future, no morals, aiming low for success. Hello, everyone.
Got a show?
We started.
Success!
Yay! We are on the interwebs, if you will. We have a website. It is Bottoms with an S, bottomsofthebarrel.com. And if you click a link, it will take you to our YouTube channel where you can see some beautiful scenery and listen to our previous episodes. We also
since September.
Since September, we have to start uploading older episodes. We'll get to that. So that's my partner in crime, Mikey Chip. How are you today?
I got to sleep in today. I'm good. Since I won't be sleeping in tomorrow, no one else is because time changes and our bodies are going to be thrown off for the next week.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Now, Mikey Chip, I guess I've been fighting something this week because I slept like 14 hours. And you must be happy knowing you only have to deal with me 10 hours of the day if you choose to be home.
Well, if I'm at work, I'm not there.
Exactly, you're not there. And even if you are home, you're technically not there.
No, I'm there.
You're doing something else as I watch Bad Girls Club, as I take notes to throw hot sauce on people, and don't throw hot sauce
You
at
do
me.
realize I would be in the room if you were not watching Bad Girls Club. I will not be near that show. I find it wrong.
Well, Mikey, do we have to have a conversation that maybe I watch Bad Girls Club and the hood nonsense movies to keep you out of the room? Maybe I realize that a woman should not drug another woman and then perform sex acts on her and then suggest they do a three-way and she has PTSD. Maybe I watch those programs so you don't learn the tragedy of my life.
No, that's not why.
That's not it. But we had a cute moment with our kitty. We have our beloved cat, Abby. And since you slept in, she decided to lay on your head.
Yeah, she didn't like me sleeping in. So when I finally woke up for I got to sleep in an extra hour, I woke up by Abby sitting on my head and tapping me on the head saying, "Get up." And then I went to the bathroom and I spent too long in the bathroom and she didn't like that because she wanted wet food. So as I'm sitting outside of the bathroom door, I hear meow, meow. Open the door and she just does a meow and then walks towards the food. So she was mad at me this morning.
Do we own cats or do the cats own us?
Yes. Well.
Yeah. So, Mikey, you doing okay?
Yes.
All right. We've got on the phone, we have all the way from Kansas City. I used to live in Kansas City in scenic Grandview and off, I think, 39th Street. I was like walking distance to Missy B's and the Kansas University Medical Center. I was off Terrace Street, I believe, across from that park. So we've got Joplin Jane from Kansas City. How are you doing today?
Hi, I am so great. Thank you for having me. You guys are a lot of fun. I was trying to stay quiet, but you guys were making me like chortle over here while you guys were talking.
It's okay to laugh at our jokes. It's when we play the music, we'll ask you to put the phone on mute, and then we'll ask how you feel about said song of yay, nay, meh. But what's the comedy scene like there in Kansas City? I did perform really early in my career, like 2007 at, oh God, it was like Sidekick. It was a gay country bar. And I had already done my musical number. And then they were like, well, do your comedy now. And I'm like, I have been drinking for 10 hours and I just sang like, ooh. And this was back when I would try to sing songs that wouldn't punish people. Now I'm going to punish people. I'm going to sing Chicago and Air Supply songs.
Oh.
I'm going to make love out of nothing at all. Making love! And I will do that. Anyway, Joplin Jane, you do comedy in the Kansas City area. Tell us a bit about yourself, what shows you got coming up, and your websites. How can we find you?
Yeah, sure. So I have a podcast. It's called Disgruntled. We actually just taped today. It's a Disgruntled podcast. I'd love to have you guys on sometime. It's a competition of grievances where people basically, spin their troubles into gold, and I pick a winner based off of awful things that have happened to them. And everybody has such good stories. We've had some, insane tales hit the pod. So definitely check that out. It's on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Otherwise, if you're ever, by the way, I was very impressed, Thomas, by how many name dropping places you were able to list in Kansas City. I was very impressed. I was like, because usually when I say for Kansas City, people are like, level one of impressed is like, oh, which Kansas City? You know, either it's Kansas or Missouri. I'm impressed if they can tell that difference. But like, you're on level like 1,000 with all of those like landmarks you were dropping all over there.
I did live in Grandview, Missouri for a couple of years, so on the very edge of the Kansas City metro area, because as soon as you get to Belton, you are out of the Kansas City area, and then you get to Peculiar and then Harrisonville, I believe, when you head further south. So, yeah.
You sound like my Google Maps, honestly. You are now leaving Kansas City and Belton. I love it. Yeah, but it's a growing scene here. I lived in New York for like 8 years, and I moved back during COVID, so I'm from here. But I moved back during COVID, and I produced a lot of shows in New York, and I did, a lot of comedy-related stuff. So I'm happy to be back because now I'm able to just bring a lot of knowledge about infrastructure and help the people around here. Because so many funny comedians leave the Midwest and they go to like New York or LA just because there aren't a lot of opportunities. So it's nice to be back to create some opportunities for, young guys and gals just like me who finished college and they were like, now what? I guess we got to go. So I'm happy to do that.
I was really happy and enjoyed my time with Kansas City. Do you have any websites, or we find the Disgruntled podcast on Apple, is it?
Yeah, you can find it on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube.
All right. Now, I have to say, I like the idea of like making gold out of bad situations. Like, I was bullied by somebody, and so I finally slapped him in the face, and I got in trouble because I knocked out a tooth. But I saved a tooth, and I wear it as an earring. Like, is that kind of like
story that you just told? Really? You're like a serial killer collecting like tokens from their victims.
They had it coming. We are also joined today with Michelle Krajewski, a fellow stand-up comedian. I believe we did work together at some point with Ricky Morich, because I don't think we look like the common white folk. But most people are like, I think I've met you. And whenever they say that to me, I'm like, I've done porn. And then they stop the conversation.
I don't think you said that to me in the hallway, but
So, Michelle Krajewski,
Yes.
you do stand-up comedy. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What shows you got coming up?
I've been like doing forever, but I'm older, and let's start that right off the bat. So some of these songs you're gonna play, I'm going, what the heck? Anyway, so just be prepared for that. But anyway, so no, I've done a lot of. I've been performing for like 10 plus years, and I was in a vaudeville show with Karen Knotts for a while, touring a little bit, and did a lot of. Mostly, but I job out a lot. I do a lot of events, American Legions. I do clubs. I just do like everything. And I'm now on a new thing called Boomer Broads, and we are doing a show in North Carolina coming up on May 4th. And let's see what else I got.
Is that going to be in Asheville, North Carolina, or are you heading to some of the rougher areas?
It's going to be out by Greenville, I guess. I don't know where it is. It's a little further out. And then I've got a taping. I'm in an open bar comedy in September 24th in Sarasota. I'm excited. I just signed on for that. It's going to be a taping, a 30-minute special that I'm doing in September. And I've got a lot of stuff coming up, and I'm excited about it.
Very cool. Exciting, Michelle. Thank you. We've got returning guest Phil Burns, who did not beat someone down on the bus yesterday. Thank you. And
No, they need to thank me. Ooh, don't get me started. Okay.
Uh-oh.
There's no.
I've been watching Bad Girls Club, where they
No more talk about Bad Girls.
No.
such a good show.
No, it's not.
No.
No, it's not. It's a horrible show.
Mike,
Is it?
do the hand.
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm kind of with Thomas. It's a bit of a guilty pleasure. I mean, it's such a train wreck. Sometimes you just want to tune in.
It really is. Like I've never been so hot walking in from a club out of a club that I had to take off my underwear.
If I want to watch
my
a walking
gosh.
train wreck, I will be perfectly happy watching The Crown because at least it's well shot
That's
and
true.
well acted.
Bad Girls Club does make Flavor of Love seem like Shakespeare.
Now I've got to
Thank
watch
you.
at least one episode to keep up with my cultural references.
I got your phone number, Michelle. I'll tell you where to start.
Okay.
Though, mind you, it is from 2008.
Okay. Got it.
I know. It's not a new culture.
And don't start acting like him.
Oh, I won't.
Okay,
No,
good.
that's okay.
They're not particularly witty. Like some of the horrible things they try to say to insult people. Like I'm a lot wittier.
Yeah, well.
Well, okay, they were on a cut-rate network, cut-rate reality show where they were not casting for intelligence. They were casting to see if they'd get in fights.
And to see if they
Okay.
make money.
So
And
can
then
I,
they got upset that they got into fights.
okay, kind of like a Maury Povich and a meets.
No, Maury
no?
Povich has some class.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah.
No,
Okay,
what's
thanks
his
for
name that
the-
got punched up by the white supremacists?
But
Morton
Geraldo.
Downey
Geraldo.
Jr.
That's Geraldo.
Geraldo.
No, Morton Downey Jr. No, he got punched by somebody else.
By Nazis.
No, he did his own Nazi mugging because he drew the swastika wrong because he was looking in the mirror.
Morton Downey
Downey.
Oh. I actually met Morton Downey once at.
Oh my gosh.
That Jagoff?
Yeah, him. What was
Morton
that like Kittyland thing that's way up north?
Oh my gosh.
That hasn't existed in a while.
Well, my son was real little, and me, my mom, my son, we took my son there, and we were standing on Morton Downey. It wasn't Junior, it was Morton Downey.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. And I went over and talked to him. He was a nice guy.
Oh.
Yeah, that was his
well.
gimmick for the show. Like
Whatever, yeah.
Jerry Springer's actually a genuinely nice guy, and when he did Dancing with the Stars, he kind of reformed his career.
And-
Because it's like I just want to learn how to dance so I can dance with my daughter at her wedding.
And he was in, he was in Predator 2. Morton Downey Jr.
Oh, did the Predator kill him?
No, but Danny Glover
Moving on,
punched him
moving
out.
on. Moving on.
All right, so Phil, how are you? What's going on in your life?
Well, other than yesterday and having to have a drink when I got home, I'm doing fine. I'm doing just diddly squat dandy.
You'd have a drink when you get home.
I had.
Well,
I
no,
was
after
really
this,
upset.
there's
There was
there's
a
a story.
there's
yeah.
a story.
All right.
I'm getting ready for the election on the 19th. So yeah, talk about setting the clocks ahead and going for a week. I'll go 2 weeks with my body screwed up for sleep.
I've already voted. My ballot got accepted at Friday. Yeah.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah, I mailed mine.
Well,
in,
I have to
so.
be at the poll booth at 5 a.m. and then work until we actually are done.
I actually saw that 5 a.m. hour a couple of months ago when I had stayed up all night watching really bad television.
Bad
and then
Girl
the
Club.
sun began to come up. And I'm like, oh, 5 a.m. Some people wake up at this time.
Yeah.
I didn't think of you, though, Phil.
Thank you, because I don't wake up at 5. I actually, for that, I'll have to wake up about 3:30 because I want to make a pot of coffee to take with me.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's only a 5-minute walk away from me.
Someone's tuning in, and it's H2O Swan, and they say, I vote for you, Thomas. And they say, thank you. I say, thank you. All right, let's get into our first song. I have to openly admit to everyone here, I'm sorry I wasn't very inspired this week. So Steve Lawrence of Steve and Edie, he passed away at 88 years old. They were married, singing duo. She passed away, I think, in 2008, 2010. And they won Grammys. They were big in the jazz pop genre. And we're going to go with the song that kind of, the album and the songs on it, that got them attention all the way back to 1960. Here is Steve and Edie with We Got Us.
We don't need music when we dance.
Let
might sell the radio. We're fancy free 'cause we got us. Our hearts are wired for romance. All through the bungalow, it's ecstasy 'cause we got us. On the ballroom floor, we're dancing on air. Once we turned around and then we found that the band wasn't even there. But what do we care if some people feel that we're delirious? But we're in heaven on cloud number 7. And in our heaven we got us. When the shadows fall and night comes along, we compose our hearts. That chorus starts with the song of the Chinese gong. They're playing our thong. 'Cause I'm your song and I'm your Angelus. The bells are ringing. Just hear 'em swinging. I'd swear they're singing. We got us. We got us. We got us. We got us.
You are listening to Bottoms of the Barrel live on Q4 Radio. Bottoms of the Barrel airs live every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. on AM 1680, Q4.org, iTunes Radio, and the TuneIn app. Search for Q4 Radio.
And that was We Got Us from 1960 by Steve and Edie. That's Steve Lawrence and Edie Gourmet. Is the sugar coma gonna set in? It's that was really sweet. They have really sweet vocals, loud horns. Everything was loud. Production turned up to 12. He sang in a crooning style. May they both rest in peace. Dancing to the music in their head, which sounds romantic, but I was flashing back to an episode of Bosom Buddies where Peter Scolari in high school was supposed to go to prom with the deaf girl, but he stood her up. And she ended up taking her dad to the prom, and then he saw her there, and he felt embarrassed and ran. And then she shows up at the reunion, and he feels embarrassed, and she forgives him for everything. And all she ever wanted was to dance with him, so he dances with her. But again, she's deaf, so she doesn't notice that the song turns off. And all the other friends are turning around and like, oh, they're still dancing. So they just continue to dance. And it's like, oh, it's a sweet moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that's what the song's about. Anyway, did I hear something about a Chinese gun and play our thong?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
I was gonna give this a yay, a really weak yay, but I'm gonna give it a meh. I do like my jazz pop. Certainly love Julie London. Peggy Lee's fine. Dinah Shore. Let me name some people. I do have a soft spot for like 50s pop, but this is a little bit too sugary. I need a little bit more jazz and blues. And while I can appreciate the sweet croning vocal style, my angels sound like Julie London, Billie Holiday, and Lauryn Hill. Like, they don't have these sweet voices.
Yeah.
So
I actually agree with you. Like,
so I'm going to give it a meh. Go ahead, Joplin Jane. Yay, nay, meh. We got us. Stephen Edie.
I would do a meh just because I love that era also, by the way. So, like, I mean, I love all the people listed. That era, I would pick, like, Rosemary Clooney, Mambo Italiano, or, like, Dina Washington. Like, those flavor to it, you know? When it's just like super sing-songy like this, it just makes me feel like, you know, the Joneses made a song about their happy life, and it's just like, that's not real at all, and I can't relate at all. So yeah, I'm with you on the not super loving it.
I like the idea of that they're the white picket fence Joneses because they also have the racism against the Chinese.
Yeah, it's perfect.
We got us. We don't need nobody.
I mean, there is an aspect of wholesomeness from there that you wish was totally real. I think some of it was real back then, you know, where people are just like, you know, la, happy. But then, like, you realize how much of that was not real. And I think that, like, the internet, I think has, like, shown how much, like, how many pockets of trauma and, you know, so many things that were underbelly are now, like, rising to the surface. It's not as if they were just created. We just know about them now. So when I listen to a song that sounds super wholesome and happy back then, I'm like, I don't know if everyone was actually feeling those things.
Actually, it's not the internet that got all those feelings coming up. It was the media in the 60s and 70s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Lots of issues.
Well, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm gonna say yay because they were married 60 years, so I think they were almost So, and I think of the people who could sing that song, they could. You know what I mean? So, and then I'm just picturing myself in a velvet booth with an old fashioned listening to somebody singing on a stage like in the old kind of thing, and it just brings back so as sarcastic as I am and as dark as I feel about humanity, I mean I think it's kind of nice. It's one of those songs I could sit there and drink an old fashioned and listen to somebody, and it's kind of a fun escape.
Now, Phil Burns, you went to those bars in 1960. Did you have an old fashioned, or were you?
No, I could only have milk. I was 5 friggin' years old, and I'm giving this song a yay. Not a strong yay, but a yay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And the last time I saw Steve Lawrence was in the Blues Brothers.
Yeah, he's the manager.
Yeah, he had some kind of shady. And Edie Gourmet passed away in 2013.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was right here. It said 6 days shy of her 85th birthday.
Yeah, he went on tour in 2008 or something, but she couldn't go because she had health issues.
And they were actually together for almost 70 since 54.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, and she was on Carol Burnett.
Hold on, I'm just gonna stop everyone because I haven't gotten the chance to
Sorry.
speak. This song is terrible.
No!
This is a horrible song. It is pedestrian. Like, let's not. I was gonna give it a meh, and then it got to the casual racism, so that just made it go down. It was pedestrian.
Racism.
Whatever that the
like a Chinese gun they're playing.
Yeah, that was really racist. Yeah. That was ridiculously racist.
Where'd that come from?
Yeah. There's a lot of good jazz from that time period, and this ain't it. This is a pale imitation of what Julie London could do.
I'm not going to argue with you there. And
if I want to hear jazz, let me hear Julie London.
And the casual racism was kind of like, oh, we've got this really sweet tart that's just a lot of sugar. And oh, look, a rat turd.
Yeah.
You got to admit, they did this for 55 years.
Yeah, they were very happy. Now, Mikey Chip, you and I have been together. I mean, it feels like 70 years. But it hasn't been that long.
I totally agree with that last comment. And I mean, this song isn't for me, but I like the rationale behind the people who like it. Like for Michelle, how it, it creates something within her and it makes her feel something. So for that, I mean, I support that. Like her rationale.
You don't have to justify. You don't have to justify. There's
no judgment up in my house.
It is what it is.
No, I started liking it at the beginning. I just felt the song was a little bit too sweet, and there's different artists to pursue of this giant genre. Like you said, Dinah Washington, she sings happy songs. there's good stuff here. I'm just not sure. I don't know if all Steve and Edie is happy, joyous, but
Oh, I have a quick question for you. You mentioned Bosom Buddies. Were you watching it when it was first airing on ABC?
No, because I believe it aired when I lived on the Navajo reservation, and they didn't have TV out there.
And when was
Is that
this
a
that you
real
lived on a...
Mondale had to actually pass a free breakfast program, so they made sure Navajo kids had the option of food.
Mondale was
at
never
least one day.
president.
No, but he was governor of Arizona.
No, he wasn't. He was governor of Minnesota.
Yeah.
It's not Mondale.
Oh, okay. Shrug. Yes, I did.
Maybe
live
it was
on the-
Mondale, not Mondale, but Mondale.
I lived in Winter Rock, Arizona as a kid for 1 year, my second kindergarten and first grade. And I always joke I learned I was gay because me and the neighbor boy would go up into the mountains and play the Blue Lagoon. He would take off his shirt and I'd paint on my eyebrows with a Sharpie.
Oh my god.
So,
Oh, quick question for Joplin. Joplin? Quick question.
Yeah.
All these people that call in that do your podcast with their problems, do you use their problems for your comedy bits? You don't have to answer. I mean, the silence
it's
is
a good idea.
The silence is admitting
No.
that you do that.
No, my dog was barking. Stop it,
Oh.
honey. She is so sassy. I'm really sorry. You mean like in my stand-up?
Yeah.
Honey, I have enough problems of my own.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
have problems.
I guess that's because I don't do comedy anymore. I'm normal.
I wish that would be great if I had to mind others' bad experiences instead of like.
Well, I mean, as long as you don't
my
use
own.
names, just the experiences.
Well, with stand-up, though, you have to make the joke about you. Like, insulting other people doesn't make it funny. But, like, I've had friends who had really bad dates, and I've turned it into, how would I be in this situation? What would happen to me?
I never told jokes about my. Well, no, yes, I did. Especially when I did my cancer jokes. Yeah, I did. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. It's,
Yeah, I like very personal stand-up. I like getting really real and really raw and like. Because I mean, when I first started stand-up, like when you first start, you're just like, oh my
I know.
God, I just need to say something to make people laugh. So like, whatever it is, you'll say it. You know. I
Yeah.
mean, you know,
Oh, I
listen
know.
to
Yeah,
it,
I
like,
started.
people
I was
listen
doing. I started comedy in '97, May of '97.
Wow.
When I started comedy, my shtick was that I was high-strung, neurotic, and dateless. But once I got into the comedy scene, like the whole dateless didn't work because, well, I'm not saying I'm dashingly handsome, but once running around in the comedy scene, it's like I at least look like I bathe.
Yeah.
Like
No one believes.
no one's gonna
you.
vote me
That's
the
funny.
ugly person off the ship. And you then work and you find your voice, and my voice is actually I'm more blunt and bitchy, and I call out the stupidity I see before me, and it's like no, you don't do this, you don't know, and I'm trash anyway, so it's okay. Now something that's trashy. The Supreme Court overturned Colorado and Trump gets to be on the ballot, and does that affect Illinois, and do we care?
I got bigger things to worry about. I don't like.
Well, it does affect because it does
It
affect.
does affect Illinois. I don't like it, but it's one of those like, yeah, the Supreme Court sucks. It's just we just know they suck.
Yeah. It's a right-wing partisan court.
But it's for 5:30. But it's 5:30 now.
Yeah.
So Steely Dan keyboardist, he died at 63 of a sudden illness. He had won, I guess, a Jim Beard award. I don't know that note, Jim Beard. He'd only been Steely Dan's keyboardist for 16 years. So the greatest hits of Steely Dan that I have, I don't think he's on it. I should have explored more. And then I asked I asked Phil Burns, do you know any Steely Dan songs? Do you have a favorite? And he's like, Ricky, don't lose that number. That's all I know. So from 1974, here we have Steely Dan with a Billboard #4 hit.
just begun. I guess you kinda scared yourself. You turn and run. But if you have a change of heart, Ricky, don't lose that number. You don't wanna call nobody else. Send it off in a letter to yourself. Ricky, don't lose that number. It's the only one you want. You might use it if you feel better when you get home. I have a friend in town, he's heard your name. We can go out driving on slow hand road. We could stay inside and play games, I don't know. And you could have a change of heart. Ricky, don't lose that number. You don't wanna call nobody else. Send it off in a letter to yourself. Ricky, don't lose that number. It's the only one you want. You might use it if you feel better when you get home. You tell yourself you're not my kind, but you don't even know your mind. And you could have a change of heart. Ricky, don't lose that number. You don't wanna call nobody else. Send it off in a letter to yourself. Ricky, don't lose that number. It's the only one you want. You might use it if you feel better when you get home. Ricky, don't lose that number. Ricky, don't lose that number. Ricky, don't lose that number.
You are listening to Bottoms of the Barrel live on Que4 Radio. Bottoms of the Barrel airs live every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. on AM 1680, Q4.org, iTunes Radio, and the TuneIn app. Search for Que4 Radio.
And that was Steely Dan with their biggest hit. Got to number 4 on Billboard in 1974. Ricky, don't lose that number. And it's spelled R-I-K-K-I. So I guess Ricky might be a woman. The keyboardist that died, his name was Jim Beard. He died at 63. Sudden illness. Sad. I need to look for inspiration quickly, or we might end up with more of these kind of things. I do own a Steely Dan collection. I like the song Peg. Uniquely enough, even though the keyboardist died, we played the one Steely Dan song that didn't have keyboards. So the song starts out with us, I guess, sea whales. And then I realized, like, what kind of whales would it be if they weren't in the sea or the ocean?
Beached.
Beached whales. There we go.
I've seen a lot of women like that on the beach.
There's some women walking whales past the beach ball
Yeah.
stage. which is a horrible thing to say about somebody. So it's like, keep in touch. You say, you're not my kind. You'll have a change of heart. I don't know if Ricky just has choices and doesn't want to date the members of Steely Dan. I don't know if Ricky is suicidal and no one's reaching out to help. I don't know if Ricky maybe is supposed to become gay. I really doubt that one. This song's a meh. It's a adult contemporary classic. I think I say like, oh, I'm not going to explore Steve and Edie, and then, oh, Mikey Chip, do you want me to come home and play Steely Dan? And he's going to be like, I'll be gone tomorrow. So it's a meh for me. Mikey Chip, yay, nay, meh.
Yeah, don't you ever do that. Steely Dan, the whole band is meh. They're not even really worth they're not even worth talking about. They're so meh.
You need to save your oxygen.
Yeah, I'm like, that's as much effort as I'm giving this song, because that's as much effort as they gave this song.
Joplin Jane, yay, nay, meh. Ricky, don't lose that number.
I definitely think this. I kind of agree with him. I'm not like Steely Dan doesn't really call out to me. It doesn't really speak for me. But I do think this is the best of their songs.
Yep.
So I think it's a good song. I would say yay. It has a good bass line. I'm stuck for good bass lines and harmony. I like that. I also like that, it came out in an era of, a lot of toxic masculinity, but it wasn't like trashing this woman for rejecting him. It was just more of like, hey, if you reconsider, you got my number. Like, it just really respected her choice, which I thought was cool, and a little bit ahead of its time. Also, when a song, it's like the Grateful Dead. I'm not like a Deadhead. I'm not attracted to their music in particular. They have a couple songs that are good, but it's not something that speaks for me. But I look at it and I see how much it means to a large group of people who, like, it defines them in a lot of ways, and I can appreciate that aspect of it, even if it doesn't speak for me. I think it's pretty cool that there is something out there that speaks for some people. So that's another aspect I like about it. So I'll say yeah. It's not
You'll give it a yay. A former, before Mikey Chip, I lived with another man, and he was older than me, like Mikey Chip, but not that Mike. But this guy was 12 years older than me, and he remembered, like, Frampton Comes Alive was an album that everyone seems to love, and he was of the generation of, like, I just don't get this. I don't know what it's about. And I actually do own Frampton Comes Alive on CD, and I've listened to it a few times, and then I go live someplace else. And it's interesting you point out, like, here the woman said no, but if you change your mind, come and call me. It is, we no longer do the Madonna discography, but earlier this week I listened to the Madonna song Express Yourself. And always in this, prior to Madonna apparently saying this in this song, women are always like, oh, baby, I love you. Oh, baby, don't make me dump you. Baby, oh, if you have to leave on, I'll wait for you. And in Madonna's Express Yourself, she says you deserve the best in life, and if the time isn't right, then move on. Second best is never enough. You do much better, baby, on your own. Where suddenly it's like the guy didn't even do anything wrong. It's just like, I don't feel it. Bye. Get stepping. And it's an odd hidden feminist message in the pop song, but yeah, Madonna's world, like, speak, Siegel ain't a curse. You don't need no man. Anyway, Michelle Krajewski, yay, nay, meh for Ricky. Don't lose that number.
It could. Is there a between the meh and the yay, like a low
meh
yay
plus,
and a
yay
meh?
minus?
My plus.
Yeah.
I guess I was never. It was one of those things that came on the radio. Because it was during like the pop. The top pop stations that you played and stuff. It would come on there, and I'd never turn it off. I wouldn't say, oh, this is horrible, but I wouldn't say, hey, this is on. If I had to choose, I wouldn't pick it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It was a studio band. band, when you look at all the members, when you look at you do the wiki thing, it's like, holy moly, there's so many members. How do they keep track of this? And it just seems kind of like an odd. I don't know. It just seems like an odd thing to me. But I wouldn't follow any of their music. So I guess, I don't know. That's not a ringing endorsement, I guess. But it's not offensive. It's not. I don't find it like, oh, it's a bad song. But
you know what? That's how I feel about Pink. Like the singer Pink. Like I'm never gonna really seek out her music. But if it's on the radio, I'm not gonna turn it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right. That's how I feel about it. So it's like I don't want to. I wouldn't.
If it's
not
there, it's there.
Yeah, it's there. Right. Yeah. Exactly. That's how I feel about it.
Now, did you? I have to remember that there was a time where Michael Bolton's "I Know I Loved You," but I said I loved you, but I lied because there's more than love than I feel inside.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And Celine Dion would howl, and I'm your lady.
Yeah.
And I won't lie, but the songs were so bad that they took on a camp quality for me. And so I would just start howling.
Yeah, right.
Like, I don't ever want to sit through a Celine Dion song by choice unless I'm here punishing people on my radio show. But there was something campy about just howling and
it's like Cher. It's like a Cher kind of thing. Remember the Cher show? She'd sing, "She's a vamp, a camp, and a bit of a
I can't
tramp."
agree with you.
Yeah.
Cher is a class act. I love her early music. She does not get the credit she deserves. Her stuff in the 70s, she went through a very, very authentic era. Sorry, not to disagree with you. I am a huge Cher fan.
I remember seeing a clip way back when, like on VH1, and it was from the Cher show, and she was joined by Bette Midler. They were singing "Ain't No Mountain High Enough," and there was supposed to be a big surprise. And now, mind you, I don't know if everything was in soft focus or just coated in cocaine.
Probably both.
And then the big surprise was comedian Nipsey Russell was buried somewhere amongst the cocaine. I'm like,
Nipsey Russell.
Yeah.
Cher and Diana Ross were friends. Like, you couldn't get Miss Ross to show up. But
Nipsey Russell.
it's like, oh my God.
What a name. What a name from the past.
I love how much
I remember
Queen
Nipsey
Elizabeth
Russell.
loves Diana Ross. Oh, sorry. What were you saying?
Oh, we can talk later, Joplin Jane. I've seen Diana Ross perform live twice. I do love Diana Ross. We can talk.
Oh, I love her.
All
But
right.
Queen Elizabeth was a huge fan of hers, apparently, which I found surprising and kind of cool.
Yeah, in one of the books I read, the Supremes got to meet Queen Elizabeth, and she didn't ask Diana Ross, but she asked Mary Wilson, "Is that a wig?" And Mary Wilson was like, "Yes, it's a wig." And that was the time, I think it was after Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassination. And normally they would perform the song somewhere from West Side Story, and then they would sing about something about peace. But after he died, Diana Ross would do this speech of Martin Luther King Jr. and "Free at Last, Sweet Lord Almighty, Free at Last." And she did the speech looking directly at the Queen, and the press attacked her for it.
Wow.
And she's like, I think as a representation of your country, she should knows what's going on in the United States. And they got so much in Diana Ross's face, she finally said, "I don't talk about this much, but as James Brown says, I'm black and I'm proud." And then the press left her alone.
Wow.
Phil Burns, yay, nay, meh. Ricky, don't lose that number.
I was going to say, how bad is it for the number that we went morphed all the way to Diana Ross from talking about?
We got 30 seconds.
Phil Burns, yay, nay, meh.
This brings back memories of 15-mile road marches, full field packs, M16 blouse boots. I was in basic training when this song came out. I'm giving it a meh minus.
Meh
minus. I put a meh plus, but okay.
All
Yeah, you
right,
can.
so
Yeah.
last month we had a guest on the show who called this a classic old school song. It came out in 2019.
God.
Got to the Billboard Adult Top 40, got to number 37. Here we have Colors by Black Pumas.
woke up to the morning sky first. Baby blue, just like we rehearsed. When I get up off this ground, I shake leaves back down to the brown, 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 till I'm clean. Then I walk, I'll be shaded by the trees, by a meadow of green, oh, by the mile. I'm headed to town, 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 in style, with all my favorite colors, yes sir, all my favorite colors, right. My sisters and my brothers, see 'em like no other, all my favorite colors. It's a good day to be, a good day for me, a good day to see my favorite colors, colors. My sisters and my brothers, they see 'em like no other, all my favorite colors. I take it to the other side with a bitty bluebird fly. In gray clouds or white walls or blue skies, we gon' fly, feel alright. We gon' yeah. They sound like yeah. Least I can say I anticipate a homecoming parade as we renegade in the morning light. With all my favorite colors, yes sir. All my favorite colors, yes ma'am. My sisters and my brothers, see 'em like no other, all my favorite colors. All my favorite colors, right. All my favorite colors, yes ma'am. My sisters and my brothers, see 'em like no other, all my favorite colors. It's a good day to be, a good day for me, a good day to see my favorite colors, colors. My sisters and my brothers, they see 'em like no other, all my favorite colors.
You are listening to Bottoms of the Barrel live on Que4 Radio. Bottoms of the Barrel airs live every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. on AM 1680, Q4.org, iTunes Radio, and the TuneIn app. Search for Que4 Radio.
And that was Colors by the Black Pumas, a old school classic song. Someone said was very old school, from 2019. Got to Billboard Adult Top 40 at number 37. I did not listen to the song or see the video before we had done this show, so I'm going to give it a yay. It's definitely talking about the black culture, taking pride in yourself. We all wake up with dirt on ourselves, so we need to feel clean. I think the video was trying to project a little bit more seriousness than the song itself did, but the Black Pumas will rank as I probably should check them out. I'm curious about this. I like it. It's an old school 1930s blues guitar, kind of brought up to modern day. So it's a yay for me. I'm white. I'm not sure I'm supposed to comment more, but I liked it. Mikey Chip, yay, nay, meh?
Meh. It's not bad. It's not good either, but it's not bad. It's there. It's just kind of there.
There was a lack of metaphors and a lack
Yeah, I mean, you got more of the point of the song from the video, and well, that's sort of defeating the purpose of the song, because if you're not watching the video, then you're not getting that
you don't
point.
get it, and
Meh.
Joplin Jane, we got you back. You had to call back in.
Yeah, sorry about that. My mom called and it disconnected me here. I apologize.
We'll take it personally. How dare you choose family over us?
I'm so sorry. I'll tell her you said hi. And also, screw you. I won't.
Don't
say
put
that,
words
but,
in my mouth. I've been watching Bad Girls Club. How dare you order me water?
No, don't drag me by my hair and curb stomp me. Please. Thank God I'm in another city. I'm safe from Thomas Bottom.
It's only 8 hours if I take I-76, because you know if you avoid the highway, it's more scenic. Anyway, Joplin. Ooh, I need to stop talking to you like my Grandview, Missouri coming out. I'm making a threat. Okay, Joplin.
Okay, so I love this song. This song has been heavy in my rotation for years. It's one of my favorite songs. I really want to praise you on your eclecticness in this music, because it's exactly the eclecticness that is on my playlist. Like, I love every era of music. I am a music head. Like, I love it. I love this show because this is exactly right up my alley. So great choices. Love this song. I totally agree with you. It has an old soul. It's like when you see certain performers, like if you see Tracy Chapman perform, you look at her and it's just like, woman, how many lives have you lived? You know, and it's hard to even classify. So I'm a big fan of the song. Yay plus for me.
Yay plus for you. Now, Michelle Krajewski, yay, nay, meh.
Yeah, I like it. It's got. I mean, I agree what he said about the video being different than what you're hearing. I get that, but I mean, just to listen to it, it sounds uplifting. Although when I wikied it before, it did say something. It had themes of mortality in there, so I'm not sure if it did. I'm not really catching that. But the song, it reminded me of something like John Baptiste would do.
Yeah, I can definitely see
and it's
that.
it's got like that real positive kind of. It's got a real just positive, uplifting sound. It's something like if you're having a rough day, put it on. It's kind of. So I would say yay.
Now, Phil Burns, yay, nay, meh.
That brings me back to the excuse me, 50s and 60s R&B. I liked it. I give it a yay. Kind of reminds me of some of the Isley Brothers.
I can see that.
Yeah. Who else? Spinners, maybe early Spinners. Temptations. Those were my that was my music in the 50s, in the 60s and 70s.
Lots of options. Now, since we've got Joplin Jane and everyone can chime in because we know we're talking about. I still own CDs. We're going to install my 4th bookcase of CDs because a friend of mine passed away, and I got to inherit his CDs, and he was more into the alternative / alternative pop, Tom Waits, The Damned. We'll see if there's anything good I can find. But before that, I inherited a friend's CDs who he liked a lot of Sublime, Nirvana, nu metal, and boy band. And I was like, oh, I need to get rid of these. But I have since learned, like, sometimes there's that, that's some good boy band. That's some good boy band. Now, I haven't explored the nu metal. Joplin Jane, can you defend nu metal from 2000s?
What era? Okay, so what do you classify as nu metal? Like what era and what kind of band?
Like Alien Ant Farm? Is Limp Bizkit nu metal?
No, you're talking about Korn, Limp Bizkit, Slipknot, that kind of stuff.
Oh.
That's what nu metal is. Okay, I don't even know why you're talking about it.
I don't know, that hurt.
You were going on a dumb topic. I'm sorry, baby. That was a dumb topic. So let's talk about Dune, because
mind
that
at
was an
all.
awesome movie.
All right,
And
has-
y'all need to see Dune.
Has anyone seen Dune 2 yet?
Jesus Christ.
That's the Hans Zimmer score there. Woke everybody up.
You gotta love selling to the white populace by having Arabic women with bright blue eyes.
That's the guys.
That's
and
everybody.
the women everywhere.
yeah.
They get infected.
It-
Apparently, Sean Young, who was in the David Lynch's version of Dune, there's Asylum did a Dune movie called Planet Dune, which is just about, like, I guess people running away from giant worms coming to eat them. Mike refused to watch this movie with me, and I went to bed without kissing him. I was that upset. Okay, so has anyone seen Dune 2?
I saw the
Nope.
first part of Dune.
Nope.
I saw the first.
You saw the first Dune?
I mean,
but
not. The,
Go see it in the theater.
Okay.
Go see it in the theater. Don't wait for
lots
it.
of sand.
It's
I feel
also
like-
it's an epic spectacle that you really need to be in a large screen with good
Okay.
sound. To
well, I
really
like the one the Sean.
If you
Young
like
one.
the first one, you're
Yeah.
gonna like the.
Okay.
Well, if you liked also the more recent first one, you'll.
I saw it. It was it was okay.
This is the full. It starts at action.
Right. Okay. All right.
I'm
I saw
excited
clips
for
of it.
I definitely want to see it.
Seems interesting.
It
I'm
might-
not gonna. If I had the money to see it in the theater, I would. If you want to shoot me $50 so I can go see it and get a box of popcorn and a hot dog and a soda.
We can probably talk. Mike's game to see it.
I
I'm
actually
kidding.
want to see it again in an IMAX and the.
I'm
4D.
kidding.
Well,
I'm kidding.
Well, I want to go see it on the 15th. So that like I'm going on the. We're going. Yeah, we're going on. I'm going on the 15th. When we get back on that Friday.
It feels like one of those movies, like this summer with Barbie and Oppenheimer. It feels like a movie that you have an actual reason to go to the theater for.
It,
You know
it
what I
is
mean? Like,
really big
epic.
and epic. It's good directing, good acting. I'm not a
Shot
huge
beautifully.
Dune fan, so I was a little bit bored. I have to own that. Zendaya, once they gave her something to do, she's actually a good actress. But it took me, maybe upon second viewing, I'll think she's better. But her character is very different than previous versions of the character. When Sci-Fi did the Dune miniseries with William Hurt, all Zendaya's character did was take off her top. So
Oh, honey.
she
Have
does a
you
little
seen
bit more here.
Euphoria?
She's more of a character.
Tom, have you seen Euphoria on HBO? If you like messy drama, you will love that show. It's phenomenal. You will fall in love with her.
I have seen the 2 seasons of Euphoria. I really liked it. Second season, when it's the Zendaya having her breakdown episode and she runs away from the cops. Her interactions with the mother and everybody, that was all ad-libbed. Nothing was written.
What?
So
Wow.
she's that strong of an actress. Sydney Sweeney stood out also, and a movie she made a year ago is finally getting a release, and then she's in a horror movie where Sydney Sweeney plays a nun.
Holy moly!
Oh, wow.
Sister Jugs, if you will.
Oh God!
It's 6 o'clock.
All right, it's 6 o'clock. Here we go.
I just can't decide if you should have or not my flat. You just want to live right here without me and my cat. But I'm born to raise hell. Yes, I'm born to raise hell. You just want to drive my car far away from here. Leave me out there with my cat, drive home and have a beer. But I'm born to raise hell. Yes, I'm born to raise hell.
It is Saturday, March 9th, 2024, and you are listening to Bottoms of the Barrel on Que4 Radio, AM 1680, Que4.org. I am your host, Thomas Bottoms, bringing you a show with no budget, no future, no morals, aiming low for success. Hello, everyone.
We have a show.
We're halfway there.
Success!
Yay! We are on the interwebs. You can find our website at bottoms, and that's with an S, bottomsofthebarrel.com. And then if you click the link, it will take you immediately to our YouTube page where you can listen and hear our previous episodes. Plus, also see beautiful scenery as Mikey, Chip, and I have traveled the country. I think this is a good idea. Like, if you have a home exercise equipment, just go use the exercise equipment and watch an episode, and you'll feel like you're driving down Highway 90 going 80 miles an hour, and no, we don't run over dogs.
What about cats?
Oddly enough, even though I'm a cat person, I do find like cat death incredibly humorous. Like, I think it was like the Monty Python quest for the Holy Grail.
Oh, God.
Like, it's in the background. A woman walks out of her house and she takes the dirty rug and bangs it against the wall, and then she goes back in the house and comes out with the cat and bangs the cat against the wall. Oddly enough, the reason for the one of the beliefs for what caused the Black Plague is there was a religious group that rose up and said cats were evil, and you have to burn cats, and so they kept burning all the cats. And
That was the first episode of first. What's the word I'm thinking of? The first mark documentation of hot pussy.
Ooh! Now, and what they found out was, so they killed the cats. Well, the Black Plague was spread through mites, lice on rats. And what's a natural predator of rats? Cats. And when Mikey Chip, before COVID hit, we went to the Dutch Art Museum. And we
were at the Art Museum in Detroit.
We were at the Detroit Institute of Art. They were doing a special Dutch museum, and I still love the phrase from the Dutch of God created the earth, the Dutch created Holland. And all the paintings, if you look at them, somewhere there's a cat, because they figured out if you have a cat in the house, you don't have mice, roaches, rats. They tend to stay away. And in my entire life, I've only had one rabbit issue and one mouse issue. The rabbit issue was that the cat brought the rabbit in to say, hey, I brought you something. And the mouse issue was I lived in a really sketchy apartment, and we were all scared. And my beloved cat Boogie, she was scared of the mouse too. But we got out of the front door without killing it. There was a moment where I thought I had accidentally killed it, and so I was just going to pick it up with like a piece of cardboard and scoop it up, and then it jumped, and Mikey and I screamed, and the cat ran in the other room. But we got it out safely. There we are. Mikey Chip, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Let's move on.
All right, good. Joplin Jane. Now, with your first name, Joplin, is that because you lived in Joplin, or explain yourself and justify your existence? There we go. Tell us about your comedy and where we can find you.
Sure. I do live in Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, and it's Joplin, Joplin, Jane, Jayne. Kansas City, I have a podcast called Disgruntled, and it's a competition of grievances. Comedians compete with the worst stuff that's happened to them, or the pettiest, smallest, horrible little things, and then I pick a winner. And it's fun to take bad things and turn them into a good time. You can find it on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. You can find me on social as well at Joplin Jane.
Very cool. Now let me go ahead and give my other audition story for Disgruntled. That in high school there was a bully, and I found out years later that a fellow gay comedian from Colorado was Facebook friends with this bully. And I'm like, oh, hey, I actually know this person. I went to high school with him. And, oh, what was he like? He's like, he was a bully. Oh, really? How bad? It's like, well, he would call me homophobic slurs, chase me out of the classroom. And one time he tried to get him and two friends to beat me up in the school parking lot. And he's like, oh, wow, that was horrible. And sadly, on my end, it was one of those times where I realized, like, oh, yeah, I guess that was severe bullying. And then he comforted me by saying, hey, just to let you know, I was actually more friends with the guy's girlfriend. And she got drunk one night and said, yeah, he likes to have anal sex with me. And he's like, oh. And then she's like, I don't mind. He has a small penis. And that still makes me feel good today. I feel the warmth in my heart. Someone who also gives me heart warmth. And oddly enough, this is not the worst introduction I've ever given. Michelle Que4, how are you today?
You don't
Tell
mind
us
if I
about
use
yourself.
that intro? Okay, I will, because I generally work clean, but that's going on the website. So
I'll make sure I did use foul language.
Okay, Michelle K Comedy. I got a website, and Michelle K Comedy at Instagram, and just Michelle Que4. And I've got 2 Facebook pages, but I'm on socials, but not on X. I do have on X, but I'm not official. But
I was banned.
were you?
Yes.
It's
Keep
Twitter.
going.
We don't,
Okay, well, my
it's
goodness.
Twitter. We don't
Okay,
call
yeah.
it X here.
Oh, yeah, Twitter.
Yeah,
Okay.
X is a good movie. Twitter is not good.
Oh, okay, good. All right. So, so I'm part of Boomer Broad's comedy, and that's a new thing coming up. And I'll be open bar comedy doing a special in 30-minute taping in Sarasota, Florida in September, and a lot of other stuff coming up on the docket. So,
Very exciting. Now, have you been to Florida before?
yes, I have.
Do you like Florida?
The politics, no, but the it's beautiful. I usually go to Tampa area. Tampa is that's the area that I kind of hang out and do clubs and.
I have friends in that area, and they're like, "Oh, it's the very liberal part of Florida," and then you get into the
Yeah.
Now, whenever traveling through Florida, I do have to admit, unless you're heading to the parks or the beaches, it's a lot of urban sprawl. It's just
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
look, strip mall, chain stores, strip mall, chain stores.
Right, and I've been to Orlando, I've been to other, but I usually, if I'm doing comedy, there's shows in the Tampa, Sarasota, St. Pete area. So, but I do like that area as far as it's beautiful and it's a lot of fun and the beaches are beautiful. So
Last September, Mikey and I were in Daytona Beach, and they were selling T-shirts of Trump's mugshot that said "Never Surrender," and I'm like, well, he went to the police and they took this photo. Like, you kind of surrendered.
I wished he would have resisted arrest.
So, Phil Burns, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, better than I was yesterday, but we won't get into that because I already vented yesterday and today, and I actually had a drink last night after I got home. So I'm just looking forward to the election next week, working it. It's going to be a long day.
Exciting.
No, I wouldn't go that far, but it's just doing my civic duty.
So, what's your accent? I love your voice. You talk up like a kind of an accent.
Phil Burns or me?
What?
Who has the accent?
I don't have an accent.
You do. It's a Chicago accent.
I
Phil
don't
Burns
have
has
an
the
accent. I
Chicago
deny
accent.
having an accent.
Yeah. You just said that in a
just
Chicago
like you
accent.
I don't. It's not an accent. It's just the way I talk.
I don't have an accent either. People think.
See.
I don't either.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
Chicago. Yeah. Chicago. You gotta say it that way.
Chicago.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce the place where you sit when you're watching TV?
The couch.
No, the room.
The front room.
You have an accent. I call it the front room.
French room.
The
You gotta
French
say it.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a CH.
Oh, say
Yeah,
sandwich.
French room.
Say
Sandwich.
sandwich.
Hey, tell you, the real Chicagoans say sandwich.
And whatever they're saying, I don't know what that is.
Yeah. It's a sandwich.
Part of
We
the
don't know these
Chicago
people.
accent is the pacing too. You guys pace your words very uniquely. Like it's a very like da 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 da. It's like a rapid. You talk very fast, like in a
I know. I
melodic
do
way.
talk
Like,
fast.
I like
don't
it.
know.
Well,
That shows we're intelligent.
Joplin Jane, I have to tell
right.
you that when I moved to Kansas City, I had a really thick German accent, and being in the Midwest helped me lose it. Now, whenever I travel overseas, it comes back instantly. And I have to say, when I was in Kansas City, I was like, why do you have an accent? Why do you have an accent? They're like, we don't have an accent. I was like, yeah, you have a, there's a slack Kansas City drawl accent. Okay, SL from our viewing in says, what do you call a fire hydrant?
Fire hydrant.
Fire plug.
Okay, stop. Ignore
Fire pump, the pump.
Ignore that.
Pump.
Oh,
Ignore
the pump
that.
is the
Just
South
ignore
Side
that.
slang.
Ignore that.
Okay.
Ignore that.
So we have to get to our cover wars. Mike W., longtime friend, former guest on this show, he suggested a different Kylie Minogue song, but I decided to finally do this one. And if I've done it again, just take it personally, hold a grudge. Here we go. Following your love of Bohemian Rhapsody last week, Phil Burns, we have Surrender, released by Que4 in 1993, and then released by Kylie Minogue in 1994. Everyone, surrender.
magic moments forever. Come to me, come to me, baby. Surrender. Come to me, come to me, baby. Surrender. Surrender. Oh, baby. Surrender to you. Only you, baby. Just come to me, my love, baby. I surrender to you.
You are listening to Bottoms of the Barrel live on Q4 Radio. Bottoms of the Barrel airs live every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. on AM 1680, Q4.org, iTunes Radio, and the TuneIn app. Search for Q4 Radio.
And that was our Cover Wars, and the early 90s just threw up on the entire show.
Yep.
I apologize. Whatever old flannels you have, just attach it to a mop and mop it up. If you still have the baby doll dress, you might still have the legs, but you ain't got that waistline. Mop it up. All right. Both songs get a meh. For our Cover Wars, we did Surrender by Tia Carrere versus Kylie Minogue. If Kylie can outsing you, it's kind of like if Madonna can outsing you, you might want to change your profession. For Tia Carrere, it started off with the Roger vocoder sound effect, and oh, here comes the drum machine, and then breathy moans that reminded me of like Femme to Femme. I don't know if anyone else remembers the lesbian dance group Femme to Femme, but I was suddenly reminded of it. There was also the part where Tia Carrere's like, "Come! Take my hand. Let me show you everything." To the point that as this song, and it's a long song, it's like 5.5 minutes, I was like, were there verses? Was there anything to this, or is it just the drum machine? I surrender my love. And then I actually wrote down jungle sex scene ? So maybe if someone does an X-rated version of Magnum PI, Magnum PP, he can pork someone in the jungle, and you would play this in the background as the music. It's a meh because it's not horrible, and if you were doing an outside party and you included this in the barbecue mix, it's fine. Kylie Minogue's meh, but it's a little bit better. She's better vocals. There's more of a come Heather. You can tell that there were verses. We could tell there were verses, and then they would go into the chorus and verses. And Hold Me Close and We Can Ride Together was like, girl, you sound a little dirty. But all right. Compare, contrast. You say tomato, I say F you. So Kylie wins just barely. Mikey Chips, Surrender. Yay, nay, meh. Tia Carrere versus Kylie Minogue.
Tia Carrere is not a musician, and she should not be playing music or singing. I like Kylie Minogue. That's not one of her good songs. So Kylie gets a meh because she at least has musical talent. Tia Carrere is an actress.
She actually tried to be a musician.
Yeah, no, she's an actress. She should be acting. That's why she was funny in Wayne's World 2. It wasn't the first one. She was in 2.
She was acting like she was singing.
Well, that's because somebody else wrote the stuff she was singing in Wayne's World 2.
Oh, my
Oh, I
God.
Not a
remember that,
writer.
yeah.
She's
Yeah.
an actress.
Holding the snake. Yeah, I remember that now. Oh, God.
All right. So I'm going to view Tia Carrere as a nay for you. Okay.
Because the early 90s threw up all over us, and I'm like, I'm not... And then you put Sleater Kinney on after this, which...
Yeah, we will. Now, this was Kylie Minogue breaking away from the stock Aiken Waterman sound, and she has confided me, which we played before. There's Put Yourself in My Place, Automatic Love. Like, there's a lot of really good stuff on this album, and this was her trying to break out and find her own sound. After this, she did Impossible Princess, which I highly recommend, one of the best pop albums of all time. But Joplin Jane, you got to listen through all of that. Tia Correa versus Kylie Minogue, Surrender.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the cover is better than the original. Whitney Houston, obviously, or like Because the Night, Patti Smith, Bruce Springsteen. Patti's clearly superior. Not the case with this one. I thought Tia's lacked direction completely. As soon as you played the second one, and Kylie is not like a vocalist. She's more of an interpreter. But just the difference between the two of those, like, wow, Kylie is a good singer right now, just like how you said, Thomas. So definitely that. I liked the song, Kylie's version. I liked it. For me, there are two different kinds of songs. There's a kind of like songs with X factor that when you hear them, it's immediate. It feels like it's always been a part of you. That happens with a lot of songs by the Beatles for me. I hear them and like, I feel like I've known the song forever. Even as a child, hearing it for the first time, it just feels like it's a part of you. It just has that X factor. It has that zest, that assertiveness. I love those songs. And then there's the other kind of songs that it's just like kind of lo-fi vibey music that they have to be like 5 minutes long or something like that. Like it's just like it's creating an essence. Like this one, it's called Surrender, and to me, it felt like a hypnosis type thing. It felt like I was going into like a trance.
That's what I felt.
And like you were like surrendering to it, which I thought was a very cool type of musical metaphor. I enjoyed that. I like the vibing kind of thing. Like Sade had a lot of that stuff. Grace Jones has like epic 9-minute songs where it's just she's creating a vibe. And it's not the kind of thing where it's like, bam, here's the song, here's the chorus. It's more of like creating a mood in your life. And I like, that's the other type of music for me that I enjoy. So I enjoyed the song, Kylie's version. I would say, yay minus the plus.
Yay minus May plus to Kylie, and then Tia Carrera would get.
Oh, absolute nay. Never want to do that again.
I relate to especially the Grace Jones nipple to the bottle. There was a time I was like someplace and the song came on and I just danced for the full 9 to 12 minutes and I won't give up and I won't feel guilty. Nipple to the bottle, never satisfied.
I'm just going to add a very humorous moment right now. Apparently there's a cannabis processing plant in L.A. It's caught fire. And the smoke is engulfing all of downtown LA. And that's real. That's not me, man.
And you're going to confuse it with the regular smog and still keep breathing.
Wow.
And I bet
there's going to be so much Uber Eats ordered tonight in LA.
I wonder how many food courts are around there.
Oh man.
Go on Tubi, watch some hood nonsense movies. Trust me.
Oh no! Yeah. I remember. You know what? That reminds me of the I forgot what movie it was. A movie in the 70s where a bunch of people were outside a police station because they found out the cops were burning all the drugs they confiscated, and most of it was weed. And it just.
Nice.
There's actually
not that I do drugs. I do not do drugs, and I don't smoke
I
weed.
had the reverse happen to me one time where we were watching the movie Havoc when Anne Hathaway first took off her top to prove she was a serious actress, and they have to smoke crack, and they put it on the foil, and there's the lemon juice, and they light it, and the smoke go up, and they're like, "Oh, we missed it!" And I'm like, "Yeah, you have to have a toilet paper tube or a paper towel tube." But I said that, and then everyone looked at me. Like, why do you know how to?
Yeah.
All right, Michelle Krajewski,
All right,
Surrender, Tia Carrera versus Kylie Minogue.
I'm going to have a get off my lawn moment at this point because it's like I just, I know Joplin was talking about creating a mood. It's like the mood I had was get this. All right, after a minute, turn this off.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It wasn't creating a mood. It was almost like Donna Summer, like love you, baby. It was like it
it's
had
disco,
that
though.
kind of.
But I love that
That's
song.
disco, right? Oh, and I actually do like that. That's the weird thing. But it had this weird. It's like, oh my gosh, the first one was horrendous. The second one I don't think is much better. So I would say nay on both, and without apology. I just didn't.
I own the Kylie CD. I've listened to it a couple times. I don't remember this song, and I don't think I'm going to remember it again. Confide in Me, great song. Like, I'd recommend this. This one, like, it can disappear. Phil Burns, yay, nay, meh.
Okay, my question, and I have a question. Why did you what does these two songs have to do with Bohemian Rhapsody, other than the number
Tia
of minutes?
Carrera's in Wayne's World, and there's a 6-minute singing Bohemian
But she was in
Rhapsody.
Wayne's
That
World
was in
too.
one.
Like this, she was in Wayne's World too.
She was in both Wayne's World.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was.
Yeah, she's the same love interest.
She worked in
They
that
replaced
bar.
her.
She worked in the bar. But what does
She
that
was
have
a
to?
wannabe rocker, so.
So what does that have to? What does Wayne's World? What does Bohemian Rhapsody have to do with these two songs?
Because Freddie Mercury can hit higher notes than these women. What do you want me to say?
I don't know. He's dead. Of course he can. He's dead.
Thomas was pulling a joke out of his butt.
Oh, so so he kind of you flopped. Okay, you flopped. Okay. I actually had to start thinking about coffee because both these songs were putting me to sleep. And like Michelle said, get off of my lawn. And I can actually say that. I own a house. I own a house.
I have
can
a
tell
condo,
people.
and I say it.
Yeah, well, you want to? Yeah, well, these no, Thomas.
Nature Bow.
Yeah, they should have been played on for the April Fool's show.
TikTok.
They're
They're
not that
coming
bad.
up. They're coming up.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Nay on both. Nay on
So-
both. Nay.
It's a little after 6:30. We're running behind time, and we'll do our best. So, Rolling Stones top 200 singers of all time. We've got to number 155. We're making good time on this. We've got into Corin Tucker, who is the lead singer of Sleater-Kinney, a band Mikey Chip likes. So, in 1997, off their first album, Dig Me Out, don't quote me on them being the first album, Mikey Chip recommended Dance Song 97 by Sleater-Kinney.
Well, you know there ain't no doubt when the feeling finds you out.
You are listening to Bottoms of the Barrel live on Que4 Radio. Bottoms of the Barrel airs live every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. AM 1680, Q4.org, iTunes Radio, and the TuneIn app. Search for Que4 Radio.
And that is us exploring our Rolling Stone 200 greatest singers of all time. We're up to number 155 with Corin Tucker, who is the lead singer of Sleater-Kinney from the Portland, Oregon area.
Seattle.
Seattle is where Sleater-Kinney came from. Okay. Part of the Riot Girl
Olympia.
movement.
Actually, Olympia.
Oh, Olympia, Washington.
Well, the band formed, because remember how we discovered how they got the name when we were in Seattle visiting your family?
Oh, yeah, there's a
street named Sleater-Kinney. That's just a street name in Seattle.
And
it's like Western Avenue.
Okay. No, but I'm looking at the way that says they said out
They moved to Seattle though.
Okay.
if I ever was in a Denver band, we'd be called the Hacks from Colfax. Anyway, so Dance Song 97. I have to say this song, it's rock, it moves. Her vocals are amazing. She quickly changes keys. It's a bit pop lyrics, but I also have to say this is the Riot Girl production. There's Olympia, Washington of Kill Rock Stars address on the CD. Produced by one person, John Goodmanson, versus other albums where they have like over 100 producers. They had to do this all themselves. And for that, I definitely give them credit. It was recorded in December 1996 to January 1997. And they got it done for what it is, what it's doing. The Riot Girl, it's a yay. I'm going to give it a yay. It shows up a lot in Mikey's playlist, and I've never asked him once to change it. So it's a yay. Mikey Chip, yay, nay, meh.
You're just happy because it's a song in English.
Yes, we're almost to that point, by the way. I don't want to hear Ukrainian rap. Stop.
Oh, God.
It's German, but anyway.
999.
27.
Anywho.
They're not even saying a word to call for help.
All right, well, then never mind. Don't worry. You just go to somebody else. Then. Never mind.
What you going to say, Mikey?
You didn't ignore me. So
No.
I'm done. I liked it.
How you feel about
I'm done. I liked it. That's all you're getting.
Mikey Chip, I try and give so much to you.
Yes, and you just literally cut me off for every time I try to say something. So I'm
please
done.
say something.
No, I'm done now. Go to somebody else.
All right, Joplin Jane, how you feel about Dance Song 97 by Sleater-Kinney, with Corin Tucker being Rolling Stone's top 100, 200 singers of all time? She got to number 155.
Can I say I love your guys' relationship? You can tell you've been together a long time. You have lots of history, and it reminds me of Larry David and what's his face that just died.
Robert Lewis?
You know what I'm talking?
Yeah,
Richard
Lewis.
Lewis. Yeah.
Richard Lewis. Like they're back and forth. Like they could just yell at each other 1 second and be like, "Oh, okay, see you tomorrow." That's totally like long-term friendship type thing. But I like the song. I would say. I mean, for me, there's like yay, and then there's like yay, which is like set like Bohemian Rhapsody. That would be like yay. But like this is a yay. I like it. She's a very strong vocalist. I was a vocal performance major. Like, when you're a singer, like you can spot the fraud, and this woman is the real deal. I love her voice. It's like just clear as a bell, so powerful, effortless, natural. The song itself, it didn't feel like, groundbreaking or anything. And I could hear the production that it wasn't like, a huge record label. There was some, just some mixing stuff. But I liked it. I feel like it really captured the spirit of that era. And she's just a dynamite vocalist.
Mikey Chip, instead of going home and listening to Steely Dan, can we listen to Sleater-Kinney? Oh, he done with me. All right. He says I can't throw cereal and milk on him as he sleeps, so realize there's issues in our relationship, and not every relationship is beautiful.
God.
Michelle Krajewski.
Yes.
Yay, nay, meh. Dance Song 97. Slater Kenny.
Yeah, I'd say yay minus. I mean, I wouldn't say fabulous, but I kind of liked it. It was catchy, and I could listen to it longer than I could the other song. Yeah, so yeah, I would say I liked it.
You gave me 3 minutes of enjoyable and 10 minutes of
That's right.
terrible.
That's
Welcome
right.
to Bottoms of the Barrel.
We should have switched that out. We should have another version of that instead of the. I was like, how long is this song going on? I'm going,
I know, yeah.
I'm going to Phil. How long is this song going on?
Well, when he compared it to Bohemian Rhapsody, I know Bohemian Rhapsody is 6 minutes.
Okay.
But what?
Yeah,
come
Tia
on.
Carrere's Surrender didn't need to be
Yeah.
5.5 minutes.
And I don't
'cause-
like whispering during a song. Like I don't care how sexy you are. I mean, the only one who can whisper during a song is Diana Ross.
Well, we're off
That's
the
it.
air. Well, you
But
could
I mean,
whisper,
sometimes like hello. It's like, oh, stop. Yeah, I can't. I don't like the
I've
whispering.
opened my kitchen.
Yeah, it's like it's so contrived. Anyway, go
That's
ahead.
like
I'm sorry.
that's like a thing. It's like a theater. It's like a theater play. You don't go shh.
Yeah.
You just tell them to shut up.
Spray the garlic powder.
Okay, I'm gonna do a Dick Clark on American Bandstand. I gotta give this
Okay.
a 76.
A 76.
The music was great to move to.
Yeah.
Okay, I love the music. The words, they were okay. I give them a yay minus, but the the beat, that was great. I give that a yay plus. So you get 2 yays from me on this song. You get a yay minus for the words and a yay plus for the for the music, for the beat.
Someone's being difficult.
I'm never difficult. Don't ever tell me I'm difficult again, or I'll stab you with my pen.
All right. So
Out of the way. Change seats with you. I'll change seats.
as we go quickly off the rails in our show,
So what else is new?
in our great, in my week of uninspiration. So YouTube, Google recognized Lola Beltran, who was a Spanish singer and actress. And thank you, Phil Burns. The clip I think we're playing is from 1969, even though I think it's a lot older. But then suddenly I'm doing Stephen Eady saying they're not kept up with us in fashions. But I don't know Lola Beltran. She did sing the I'm Unhappy song for the beginning of Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown for Pedro Almodovar. For some reason, I found this one more interesting. So we're going possibly back to 1969 from a clip from a movie. Here is Lola Beltran singing Paloma Negra.
Ya me canso de llorar y no amanece. Ya no sé si maldecirte o por ti rezar. Tengo miedo de buscarte y de encontrarte. Donde me aseguran mis amigos que te vas. Hay momentos en que quisiera mejor rajarme para arrancarme ya los clavos de mi penar. Pero mis ojos se mueren sin mirar tus ojos y mi cariño con la aurora te vuelve a esperar. Y agarraste por tu cuenta las parrandas. Paloma negra, ¿dónde estarás? Ya no juegues con mi honra parrandera. Si tus caricias deben ser mías, de nadie más. Y aunque te amo con locura, ya no vuelvas. Paloma negra, eres la reja de un penal. Quiero ser libre, vivir mi vida con quien me quiera. Dios, dame fuerzas, que estoy muriendo por irlo a buscar. Ya agarraste por tu cuenta las parrandas.
You are listening to Bottoms of the Barrel live on Que4 Radio. Bottoms of the Barrel airs live every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. on AM 1680, Q4.org, iTunes Radio, and the TuneIn app. Search for Que4 Radio.
And that was Mexican singer Lola Beltran doing the song Paloma Negra. We think it's from 1969. We don't know much. It came up as my Google search. And similar to Black Pumas, Lola Beltran will be someone I think I need to explore. The voice is beautiful. Yeah. The ranchero sound is something I don't listen to often. But it doesn't have the Tejonia accordion and the tuba boom boom boom. But obviously there's talent. I'm not sure I can rate this, but this is a yay. Mikey Chip.
I have a lot of Mexican friends, and so I get some of my dislike of some music from them. And this is kind of one of those. Their parents listen to it, so they intensely dislike stuff like this. So I'm trying to pull what I learned. Like, it's not a bad song. It's just not what I want to listen to. But I want a torta now. Because I've heard this. I've heard this at a taqueria before. Like, we've heard this played before. I have heard this song before. I can't tell you where, but I've heard this song before.
Joplin Jane, you still on the phone?
Hello. Yes.
Hi, Lola Beltran,
hi.
Paloma Negra, yay, nay, meh. We can't really go deep into this because unless you're fluent in Spanish and grew up during that time, I'm not sure we can judge.
Black Pigeon.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not like rating it on like everyone should think this, but for me, it's a nay for me. I feel like it's a pretty generic sound, but it's a yay plus for her vocals. I really like her voice, and I really like the passion behind it. She kind of reminds me of Shirley Bassey, if you guys know who she is. So she was,
yes.
I mean, for the listeners, I'm sure you guys know, but like she did all the Bond themes in like the 60s and some of the 70s. Yes. She did Moonraker too, which I like better. Like that one is so good. It's ethereal. But she reminds me of Shirley because Shirley really didn't have that big of a range. But the way the weight behind the notes that she had was so epic, and the power and the passion behind all of that. So I'm a huge fan of her voice. The song itself is forgettable, in my opinion. It sounds like a lot of other ranchero songs, but it's kind of also like if you guys listen to the Linda Ronstadt when she went through she's half Mexican and she went through like a Spanish era in her discography. It kind of reminds I love her Spanish era very much. And what I like about the songs that she chose is that she has the ranchero sort of flavor, but they're like classic ranchero songs that she has now interpreted for the modern day. Obviously modern in like the 80s, but I love that album that she has, because to me, like when it's like Amazing Grace or what's the other one? Danny Boy, just like songs that are an encapsulation of a nation, like, and have been passed down for generations. They're so special. So I mean, that's what I look for from ranchero music. Just like I always rank it based off of Linda Ronstadt's album because it's just so phenomenal. So it's a nay for me, yay plus for her vocals. I love her vocals.
All right, and Michelle Krajewski, yay, nay, man.
I say yay. I picture myself in a Mexican restaurant with a margarita. Are you detecting a theme here? I have to sit and listen with alcohol. But anyway, if I can picture that, that's good. No, the vocals are great. When I Googled this, the actual song, there's this Jenny Rivera on YouTube. It's horrible. It's a horrible rendition.
Oh.
So yes, it's horrible. Anyway,
I
so
did
but
do a
she
cover
is.
wars.
No.
Yeah, we should have done because that would have been a good one. But yeah, so but this one, strong vocals. The song is typical, like what like I don't know. The song is okay as far as, but strong vocals, and it was a good, like I said, a good song to listen to with a margarita in your hand, and I liked it.
We've done some of those mean covers like Harry Nilsson's Without You versus Mariah Carey versus Without You versus Korean music show where she called it Ken Lee. Ken Lee, leave it without you. Ken Lee. And I still have some bad karma to pay off. Phil Burns, Yay Nay May, Lola Beltran, Paloma Negra.
Okay, I have a taste for a chicken burrito now. And I'm not talking the kind from the movie Battleship that you microwave. I'm talking a good one.
Yes, it's gotta be good.
No Taco Bell up in this
Margarita,
house. We live
yeah.
in Chicago. We have local places.
I know that.
right.
I've got two of them around the corner from me.
Oh, yeah.
Heck, even Joplin Jane has Southwest Boulevard.
I
She's
gotta-
surprised I know that.
It's 6:52. We need to move on.
Okay,
We
I
need
give
to
the
move
song
on.
a yay.
Yay.
Great, and I might even go home and look up old clips of Cisco Kid.
Well, he was a friend of mine. Actually, I have a DVD collection of
Okay,
the
we
yeah,
Cisco
move on.
Kid.
Move on.
All right. So we're going to close out the show. Joplin Jane, what's your websites? What you got going on? How can people find you?
They can find me on the interwebs, most social media. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok at Joplin Jane, JOPLINJAYNE. And I have a podcast. It's called Disgruntled. It's a competition of grievances. Comedians compete with the worst stuff that's happened to them, and I pick a winner based off of who's the funniest and has had a hard life. And you can find it on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and Spotify.
And Michelle Krajewski, you've got a lot of things going on, and you're going to North Carolina and Florida. Tell us all about that. What's going on in your world? How can we find you?
In 30
Okay.
seconds.
Boomerbroadcomedy.com. We're doing North Carolina show May 4th. I'm going to be doing a special in open bar comedy in September 24th in Sarasota at McCurdy's, taping my own special. And I've got Michelle K. Comedy website and Michelle K. Comedy Instagram and Michelle Krajewski Facebook, 2 pages.
And Phil Burns, we are out of town next week, but we will be back on the 23rd. I think you're going to join us. We'll see what's going on. And how are you and anything else going on?
I had a stupid joke about seeing my foot doctor Monday, but I'm going to let that go for now. Yeah, because I want to have my foot fixed so it's smaller than it, so I don't have. Never mind.
Phil, I have gotten so fat that I couldn't put on my pants. I had to lay down to put on my pants. And as I lay down, my cat Tyrone attacked my dainty hoof. And I was so tired by putting on the pants, squeezing everything in.
Thomas, stop. Move on.
You basically have the feet of a centaur.
Come on.
I think he has to explain dainty hoof. Is that a euphemism for something? Okay.
Yeah, my foot. Let's go into our apologies, everyone.
You're overstating, pontificating the meaning of your life, my friend. I'll tell you one thing, but not for nothing. We're all waiting for the world end.
This has been Bottoms of the Barrel on Que4 Radio, AM 1680, Que4.org. I have been your host, Thomas Bottoms, bringing you a show with no budget, no future, no morals. We've reached the end of the show. Yay! We played You Got Us by the late, great Steve Lawrence and the late, great Edie Gomez. And 2 mays, 2 yays, and a nay. Followed by Ricky Don't Lose That Number by Steely Dan, who lost the keyboardist. I don't know if he lost the number. 2 mays, a may plus, a may minus, and a yay. Followed by Colors by Black Pumas. A yay, 3 yays, a yay plus, and a meh. Then we did our cover wars. Surrender to the show, or Tia Carrera, Kylie Minogue. Tia Carrera got 4 nays and a meh. Kylie Minogue got 2 mehs, a yay, and 2 nays. But everyone preferred Kylie. And she performed this week with Madonna in Los Angeles, so that was really cool, a gay moment. You're all heterosexual, I won't ask. Dance Song 97 by Sleater Kinney, because Corinne Tucker is Rolling Stone's best singer of all time, number 155. 3 yays, a yay minus, a yay plus because I liked the beat, and a yay minus because I liked her vocals. Followed by Paloma Negra by Lola Beltran. See, those Google clicks do help us. Yay, 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 meh, yay for her voice, nay for the song. We apologize for Bad Girls Club. Ain't no one thought about putting Nair in someone's shampoo? Or throwing a hot sauce in someone's eye? I guess it's me. We apologize for Air Supply of Chicago, even the nights are better, because you're the meaning in my life. We apologize for Morton Downey. Your show was ahead of the time, focus on pregnancy. We apologize for racism and doing the thong song, the thong. We apologize for Jim Beard. He's a keyboardist, not a cooking award, but he's both. We apologize for Frampton Comes Alive. Is he still alive or has he passed? Oh, he's still alive. Studio session. We apologize for choosing mother over radio show, Ms. Joplin Jane. We apologize for Sisters Jugs, Sydney Sweeney. You know that nun's going to have to take a shower and wash the blood off her. We apologize for Magnum PP, and that's something I would like to eye. We apologize for Wayne World, Tia Carrera, the bootleg John Legend wife. And we apologize for calling something a sea whale versus, I guess, a walking whale. This has been Bottoms of the Barrel on Que4 Radio, AM 1680, Que4.org. I've been your host, Thomas Bottoms, joined with Phil Burns, Mikey Chip, Michelle Krajewski, and Joplin Jane. And your special guest never showed up, Phil Burns. Hatred in my heart. Next show, we are out of town because we're traveling to New York City and Detroit. Next week's pre-recorded. See you on the 23rd. And next time you leave your house, be a decent person. Bye.